Hello, 𝘄𝗆𝗵𝗲𝗆 here. It is so great to have you with me today. I hope you're doing really well. In this video, I'm going to share with you what to do if you want to run an online event, but you're afraid that people won't come. People not showing up at their online events is the #1 reason people tell me that they're afraid to do an event. And I totally get it. That was a big fear of mine as well. What if no one comes, or what if just one person comes? And it can evoke a lot of feelings in us. And I want to let you know that I have a complete strategy for how to solve this problem. I understand this really, really well. And over the last 10 years running events and running over 400 events, I've had many, many different experiences, and I've learned a lot, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I want to share with you some of the things that I've learned. So I'm going to walk you through some of the most important things to know about marketing events that attract the right people. Not just anybody, but the right people. And then if you want to go deeper into this, I'm actually going really deep into this in my upcoming workshop. It's happening on Tuesday. And I'm sharing the entire strategy of what I do to promote my events. So just type the word workshop in the chat box now if you'd like to join us. If you're watching this later, then just pop it in the comments or send me a message and I'll send you the details. So how do we get people to come to our events? And not just anyone, because this is not a numbers game. This is not just, oh, I just want anybody to show up. What's the point of that? You know, maybe we feel a little bit better. Maybe our ego gets a little bit more stroked if there's more people in the room. But at the end of the day, we want to attract people that are the right fit for working with us, because otherwise we're just trying to fill seats. And I hate that saying bums on seats. It's like, where did that even come from? Like, why have we turned this into just bums on seats and oh, it's just a numbers game and just get as many people there as possible? I've never felt right about that. I've never just wanted a whole heap of people there that aren't my right fit people there, because then I feel not as confident. I feel like I'm not speaking to, people aren't resonating with what I say because they're not the right fit, ideal audience. It's just people that are there to fill spaces, and I'm just not really interested in that. I don't want to run events with thousands of people there if they're not, people that actually resonate with what I'm talking about and the right fit clients. So the job of our marketing is to make sure that we compel the right people that are a great fit for our program. Whether they buy it or not, that doesn't matter, because if they're the right match for you, then they're going to get a whole heap of value. There's a whole lot of people that come to my free events and never actually become clients, and that's okay. Like that's totally cool. Some people come to my events for years before they actually become clients, and I give a whole heap of value, and that's cool. But there's always a percentage of your audience that wants to buy, that actually wants more support, that wants some more handholding and personal support, and they want coaching and they want to be part of your program. So the first place to start is thinking about the who. We always start with who you want in the room. What a lot of people do is they decide to run an event and they start working on their topic. They start working on their content, and they think about what they want to share. Excuse me. And I used to do this too. And I don't recommend this at all. What I recommend instead is that we start with the who, and the who should always be your ideal client. You need to know your ideal clients so intimately. You need to know what turns them on, what turns them off, what lights them up, what frustrates them, what their dreams are. Your marketing needs to only speak to them and no one else. And if we detach from trying to get all these people to our events and just go, okay, I just want a room of people that really will get the most value out of this, that is the most important thing. Very few people start with walking in their audience's shoes. They start with what they want to share, but it's all about the audience. It always starts with the audience. We need to know our ideal clients inside and out. We need to know what motivates them, what drives them, what pain they're trying to get away from, what gain they're trying to move towards. Because that's what motivates every human, what they want to get away from and what they want to move towards. And it's very specific for your ideal client, not general, vague, fluffy language that we get from ChatGPT, but lived experience from you understanding this very intimately. So we asked two main questions about our people. What are their specific problems and what are their specific desires? So problems and desires. And these are the problems and desires that your event is going to address. I know this sounds really obvious to a lot of you, but so many people aren't doing this. They're not specific enough in their problems and desires, because that needs to go through all of the marketing campaign. The whole promotion needs to talk about those, and it needs to talk about it in a way that's outcome focused, not the method. And I'm going to give you some examples of things that I've seen recently that aren't working, and I can see why. So we need to make sure that we're outcome focused, we're building excitement, we're building inspiration, we're building energy for people to want to come. The number one reason why people won't come to your online event or your in-person event is because they think they're not going to get a good enough return on investment, a good ROI. It always comes down to ROI, return on investment of their time, of their energy, and depending, maybe money. But in most cases, people don't think they'll get a high enough return on the time that they're investing. Just because it's a free event, it still costs people. It costs people their time, and their time is way more important than, and way more valuable than money. They could have been spending that working on their business, spending time with their family, you know. They don't want to give that up for something that they've heard before. So the reason most people don't come is because they think they've heard it all before. No one wants to be bored at an event. Have you been to a boring event before? You know what that feels like, right? It's quite painful. I went to one recently and it was boring, and it just took so long to get into it. And there was just, it was just, you know, luckily it was online and I was able to do my work in the background. But we want our events to be engaging and hook the right people in. And this means that our marketing campaign has to engage people and hook them in. We need to speak directly to those specific problems and desires and how to solve them. And our marketing content needs to share very specifically how we're going to solve those problems and achieve those desires so that people want to come. So we start with the who. The second step is the what. So we start with the who. Now what? What am I going to say in my marketing content that compels my ideal clients to come? So the biggest mistakes people make when they're crafting their marketing copy is copywriting, meaning writing to inspire action. The biggest mistake people make is not using enough uniqueness and authenticity. Uniqueness and authenticity. We can't just use cookie cutter words that we grabbed from ChatGPT. It's got to be words that compel your ideal client, that gets inside their head. I call it the girlfriend at a cafe test. How are they explaining their problems and desires to their girlfriend at a cafe? It needs to be very everyday street language, and it also needs to be unique to you. It can't be what everybody else is saying. And don't get me wrong, I use ChatGPT. I know that it's effective. It helps you save time, and I'm grateful for it. But I also use it very sparingly. And most of the words that you see, like almost all of the words that you see out there from me, are from my own brain. I wrote it myself because you can see when people are just overusing ChatGPT. You can see it a mile away. We all feel it. We smell it. For me, it's actually quite repelling now when I see it, especially when there's an overuse of it. I'm like, what do those words even mean? Like, there's all these descriptive words, like, I'll give you some examples soon, but I often think, like, have you ever been in a meeting or a conversation and someone's talking, but they're just not really saying anything. They're just not saying much. And there's just all these words, and there's no inspiration or feeling or imagery that it's evoking. That's what ChatGPT language often feels like to me. It's often very high level. It's very vague, and you know, the words don't feel inspiring or alive or human because they're not human, they're a robot. So I'm seeing a lot of overuse of it, and it's really hurting people's businesses. Sometimes I read the words out loud and it just feels like a foreign language. Does anyone ever feel like that? Like I need a translator to understand it. So we need to come back to human-centered, heart-centered content creation. We need to craft our words in a way that speaks the same words that our ideal client uses. It speaks to their soul, and it also evokes curiosity, because if we're just saying the same as everybody else, there's no curiosity. Now, this might sound obvious to some of you, but most people's event marketing doesn't do this that I look at, or it doesn't do it well enough. And that's why no one's coming. So how do we add curiosity? One way to do this is by actually using your own individual names for what people are going to get out of the event. So when you create a landing page, which is a page that people land on that talks all about your event, and they put their name and email address in, when you create that and you say, here's what you're going to get out of the event, it's a section that needs to go on your landing page. If it just says how to do this, how to do that, how to do that, people think, I could just kind of Google that, or I could go to ChatGPT and ask that question. But when you have unique names where people can't Google it, people can't get it anywhere else but you, that gives them a lot of intrigue, curiosity, FOMO if they don't come, because they're thinking, what is that process? What is that blueprint? What is that roadmap? So on the here's what you'll get section of my event landing pages, there are the names of my processes that I've created. It's my intellectual property. It's come from my brain. It hasn't come from ChatGPT or Google. Like, for example, the workshop that I've got coming up, I'm sharing the online events promotion wheel. You can't get that anywhere else. I'm sharing the clients from events formula. It's my formula. I created it. You can't get it from anywhere else. I went on Eventbrite when I was preparing this, just to have a nosy at what people are doing, and the mistakes were just so glaringly obvious, but these people clearly haven't run their copy past anyone that knows what they're doing. Now, I don't want this to sound like I'm putting anyone down. If any of these events are yours and you're watching this video, I want to help you. So please take this from the heart that this is coming from. This is designed to help you, because I know you want to get more people coming to your events. And if your ticket sales are low, there's a reason, and you can fix it. This is so easy to fix. You can go in and edit it. So I don't want to offend anyone. This is loving feedback to help you. So I looked at the events that are out there at the moment, business-wise, and there are so many generic words. So one of the events that I saw was called Business Growth Workshop. I'd be interested to know what you think about that name, because Business Growth Workshop tells me nothing about the type of business, who it's for. I don't want to go to it, because what if it's talking to more real estate agents, or what if this person has a background in, I don't know, network marketing, or has a lawnmower franchise, or has a cake shop. Like, business is so ridiculously general. If you run an ad on Meta, to Facebook, Instagram, and you put in interested in business, you will get over 1 billion people interested in business. And that's just not going to attract your ideal clients. I read a description that said, join us to uncover potential barriers hindering consistent and sustained growth. Discover effective marketing techniques that have fueled growth for our clients. Identify critical areas in your sales process to avoid competing on price and ensure you capture valuable prospects. Gain insights into prioritizing the next growth steps to optimize your business expansion. Principles, is anyone bored yet? I'm bored. Principles designed to streamline your business operations and foster growth. I don't actually even know what that means. I've been in business 20 years. I'm like, I know what it means logically, but I don't feel anything. I don't feel inspired. I don't feel excited. I don't get an image in my mind. This is an Australian company. There's a whole heap of American spelling. Dead giveaway. They've just plugged into ChatGPT, write me a promotion for my business growth workshop. it's really boring, and that can be fixed. Another one, by the way, if this is your event, I'm sorry if it sounds offensive. I'm not putting you down. I'm showing you a better way. The next one, the name is Going Pro, starting a business. Going Pro, starting a business. Hardly anyone used colons before ChatGPT. Now they're everywhere. It's a dead giveaway. I'm confused though. Think about the name. Going Pro, starting a business. They feel like two different things. I'm confused. I don't associate pro with starting a business. That doesn't make sense to me. It's like you're trying to go in two different directions. And a mentor once said to me, you can't ride two horses with one butt. You won't go anywhere. You can't do it. So in this description, learn from our panel of seasoned entrepreneurs about the essential steps, legalities, and professional qualities needed to launch a successful small business. The panel will talk about their motivations for starting a business. It's not focused on what the audience is going to get out of it. Like, hear all about their motivations. What's in it for me? Who cares? Like, maybe it's interesting if I know these people, or you've worded it in a way that's going to be helpful for me, but it's not going to get many people out of the house for the evening for, you know. Another one I saw, discover how the latest technologies can revolutionize your business operations, whether you're a startup or an established company. So again, very like, if you're here or if you're here, so everyone come, and it makes me feel less like it's targeted to my stage in business. This event is perfect for gaining insights into leveraging engineering and AI, clearly written by AI. Another one, join us for an insightful seminar tailored specifically for business owners. Tailored specifically for business owners? What kind of business owners? There is so many types. There's thousands. How can it be tailored specifically when you don't say what kind of business owner it's for? Business owners versus just people, like, that's not specific. We'll empower you to harness the true potential of your numbers. I'm sorry, but people are not lying awake at night going, I wish you could empower me to harness the true potential of my numbers. Like, people aren't saying that. From balance sheets to profit and loss statements, we'll delve, that's such a ChatGPT word, into the key components of financial reports, providing practical tips and strategies to interpret data accurately and strategically. Yawn. That does not make me want to take 3 hours out of my day and actually pay for this. To me, there's no emotion, there's no soul, there's no outcome-based language. And I actually would really probably benefit from this. I'd probably pick up a whole lot of great tips, but that's not in the marketing. There's no inspiration to go to it. Again, I'm just saying this to help you. I'm not putting down people's efforts because I know how hard it is. And I sounded like this when I started too. If we put boring and bland descriptions that have been generated by a robot, we're either going to attract the wrong people or we're going to attract no one at all. The third thing we need to look at, so we've looked at the who, we've looked at the what, the third thing is the how. The third step is, how are we going to attract the right people? I go through this in detail in my workshop, but firstly, number one rule is a professional first impression. We need to have a professional landing page. The landing page is the page that people come to and register. We can't rely on sites like TryBooking and Humantix and Eventbrite. I use external sites to promote my events, but I lead everyone back to my landing page, because then they go into my funnel, and the funnel means they land on the landing page, they go to get a confirmation, they get invited to my group, they get invited to a call, they get bonuses, they get an option to upgrade, they get a whole heap of stuff that you can't do on these other websites. So it's got to be professional in its design. And having a funnel, I know funnel can freak people out, and it did for me as well, but now it's the best thing ever. It gives you freedom. Funnels equal freedom, because it means that people are automatically looked after. It's all automated. You don't have to do it all manually. It saves you a heap of time, so you can focus on creating a really awesome presentation rather than getting back to people manually and trying to get people to come and reminders and all of that. I often say a high quality funnel attracts a high quality audience. If you try to go too budget, you attract people who aren't the right fit for your program, and it ends up actually costing you money. It does. And it has to have compelling copy. The copy has to be compelling. The 80% of the effectiveness of that landing page and your entire marketing campaign comes down to the words you use. So we start with the landing page in the funnel, and then we create a strategic marketing campaign that strategically shifts people's limiting beliefs, overcomes those beliefs, and builds desire and builds excitement and builds inspiration for people to want to come to the event. So that's a taste of some of the ways I recommend to get more people coming to your events. We start with the who, then the what, and then the how. Obviously, this is just a small piece. This is part of my signature framework and one of the aspects I share about in my workshop to run successful online events that grow your business. So if you want to know more about how to do this and how to get clients from your events, come along to my free workshop on Tuesday. I'm sharing my best strategies. It's called How to Grow Your Coaching Business with Online Events. It's for female coaches. I'm going into depth into my proven system that I've developed over the last decade of running events and running over 400 events to help you to run awesome events that people love, get people there and sign up clients, even if you've never done this before, even if you don't know where to start. So if you want to know more, just comment below the word workshop or DM me the word workshop and I'll get you all the details. I only run this this once a year, so you don't want to miss it. I'm laying out my entire process for how to get more people to your events, how to create a high converting event presentation, and how to create a really engaging delivery. So just drop the word workshop if you'd like to know more. Otherwise, until we meet again, keep showing up, keep shining, keep sharing. The world is waiting for your words because they matter, because you matter. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye, team.